graphic nature of this program, viewer discretion is advised.
You know, I've been from one side of this fandom to the other. In all that time, I have seen a lot of things. Above all that, there is one thing I am absolutely certain of. I am the villain of this story.
Long live the fighters!
Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Mornings of Mischief. I'm your host, Stone Loki, and with me today, of course, is the one, the only Zeropium. Good morning, my brother.
Good morning, Loki, and good morning to all of you. We're going to kick it up a notch today and have some fun, so I'm glad you're all here.
Indeed, we are. Good morning to Purple Valkyrie. Good morning to Mark the Infinitely Tired, Pat S., Luis Sparrow, Go 13's Anime 101. Good morning to Chris Persia. Good morning to the Doctor of Disaster and Destruction, Adega Outlaw. Daryl the Derelict, good morning. Good morning to Saj Melody. Good morning to Snorta Boopus Cuber. Good morning to Pat S. Good morning, guys. Dean Krantz, good morning. Darth Haster, greetings. Good morning. Snorta Boopus Cuber, the man. Hello. How wow. How are you doing, Mr. Polar Bear, sir? How are you doing? Sit room, good morning. Sit room, how are you doing? Good morning to each and every one of you. I hope you guys are having a great one. Gun Buddy, how are you doing, Gun Buddy? Keely Chow, Roll Tide, Keely, Roll Tide. Sir Persalot, we do have a message coming up for Sir Persalot. Good morning, Sir Persalot. The Lady Arwen Avalon, good morning, everyone. I hope you all are doing great. Larry, hello, Sherry and Shum, good morning. Good morning to Eddie Gannon. Good morning, sir. How are y'all doing? How are you all doing this morning? It is so great to have everyone here. I wanted to share something, though. Sir Persalot recently lost a little companion, a little pet, a little cat named Gizmo. Sir Persalot, we are so sorry to hear that. And he had a request, so I wanted to say, lo there do I see my father. Lo there do I see my mother and my sisters and my brother. Lo there do I see the line of my people back to the beginning. Lo, they do call to me. They bid me take my place among them in the halls of Valhalla, where the brave little kitty cat Gizmo will live forever. Thank you so very much for being so supportive, Sir Persalot. You all keep the fires of Valhalla burning bright. And here is a skull for that little fighter Gizmo. Skull!
Long live the fighters!
So while I was running around this weekend, I got a message from Zero, and Zero, you were like, "Hey, let's talk Raiders. Let's talk Nintendo." So before we get into talk about Dune, let's go over some of this. What the hell happened with the Raiders?
All right. Now, normally I'm not one to just drag this on, but this is so funny because as most of you know, it has been a tumultuous week, a tumultuous year of just, for lack of a better term, SJWs versus everybody, and spokesmen about this and spokespeople about that, and all the other shit that goes on. And then this week, I know we're getting to it a bit late, but it is what it is. Jon Gruden, former head coach of the new Las Vegas Raiders, was recently resigned due
because
to
of emails.
Yeah. So here's some backstory. This guy resigned because not too long ago, the NFL did an investigation into emails that he had exchanged with former people of the Washington football team. And if you don't know what's going on with them, let's just say that's a whole other can of worms in itself. Washington came under fire, because of the name, the Washington Redskins, and Dan Snyder, the owner, said, "We will never change the name." And boy, did he bend at the knee when all of his sponsors threatened to drop his ass. So I personally think out of spite, that's why he's just calling them the Washington football team, because really we're into our second year. And how long does it take you to come up with a name? Just come up with a name. So anyway, long story short, Washington got outed because of several spokeswomen who used to work in that organization accused the whole organization of treating them like shit. So that got outed. And then poor Jon Gruden, I say poor, whatever, his $100 million 10-year contract. Yeah. So he was in contact with, what was his name? Former Raiders owner, or current Raiders owner, Mark Davis, signed this guy to a $100 million contract. And Gruden, during the past 10 years, exchanged emails with a former head of the Washington football team. And during this time, Jon Gruden used a lot of homophobic, racial, and misogynistic slurs and slander in every single one of these emails. And I think Washington kind of threw that out there to cover their own ass about all the shit they're coming under fire with. So anyway, yeah, Jon Gruden is he's now resigned. And the funny thing is, here's the most hilarious thing. I'm used to coaches getting fired, halfway through the season because the teams are losing. The Raiders currently aren't that bad, and they won again yesterday. So that's got to be a first. Coach gets fired and the team still wins. So anyway, yeah, Jon Gruden, apparently, according to the 650,000 emails now under investigation here, Jon Gruden was not a very big fan of having female referees. I personally don't care. I mean, officiating is still pretty much shit anyway, so how bad could it be? So
they gave him shit for being an ist. And basically they called him an ist, an obe, and a Yahtzee.
Yeah. Yeah, so he kind of outed himself because he, quote, did not want to be a distraction. And so there's a whole thing going on there about what he's owed left of his $100 million contract. Supposed to be something like $40 million or whatever.
Oh, that's insane.
Yeah. Insane. So I don't know. He's also said if he doesn't get his money, he doesn't really care because he loves the Raiders. But yeah, long story short, they, just had him resign.
Oh, I'd want my money. I'd tell him I want my money. Give me my damn money.
Yeah, I definitely want some money too. But so now they're running with an interim head coach who was part of still part of the coaching staff. So it's not an outside job there. But yeah, oh my God, what a big debacle that just kind of turned into over the past 10 years worth of emails. The first one being brought up 10 years ago to the day, when he was not currently a coach in the NFL. He was working with ESPN. And yeah, just use a bunch of homophobic slurs. And he called NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell the gay F word called him a pussy.
Ah.
Yeah.
Whoa, he is a pussy. Kyle
Yeah.
Styles with a $5 super chat, and he says, "In California, hey, Kyle Styles, I hope you get out of there soon, brother. It's terrible. It's terrible. Get out of there. Get out of there. Run for the hills. Run for your life. Skol!" And Eddie Gannon says, Loki, I haven't been here in a while. I've been injured. I'm so sorry to hear that, brother. And he said, had to go dark due to scams, and it's getting busy at the postal work, but it's my birthday Saturday. Happy birthday, Eddie.
Happy birthday,
man. Happy early birthday. Skol.
Yeah.
My birthday's not too far off, too. So
Mine either. My goodness.
Yeah, Saturday away from yours. Yours is next Saturday. Mine's the Saturday after that. So happy birthday, man.
We're getting close. So yeah, I'm sorry that was a mouthful, but I thought I'd throw that out there. What do you guys think? That's a whole can of worms, man.
I think that's about as fucked up as the comments George Takei made about William Shatner. He's their little experiment. He's their little guinea pig. Now your ass is just sore for two reasons, George. We all know what the first reason is. The second reason is the Shat got into space and you didn't, bitch. That's why your ass is sore.
Oh, poor guy. Also,
oh
my. To boldly go where no one's gone before, not Will
That's
Silver.
right.
Also, quick shout out to Golgo13. Thank you so much for having me on your Anime 101 show on Saturday. I really appreciated that. So you guys go check him out because he's passionate about his work. So thank you again, my friend. That was awesome.
Heck yeah, you're getting around.
I know. I even told him.
Around.
I said, "Isn't it nice that Loki's just whoring me out to everybody? Ain't that great?" So, enough about all that. Let's move on to the fun shit. Loki, what do you got going on?
Have you seen Dune?
The new one?
I know everybody's waiting to hear what Loki thinks about Dune.
Yeah, I have not seen the new one, though I will check it out for commentary purposes here. It has been so many moons ago since I saw the first one, so I remember next to nothing. But open up this can of audio whoop ass for us here.
So the new movie kicks you in the face right at the beginning of the movie and just takes off, and it doesn't stop. It is a ride that I don't think we've had going to the movies. I don't think that's been there. It is a ride that we haven't had in a long time. It's a wonderful ride. Larry, who sends in a member chat, member for 9 months, says, "I'm reborn after 9 months of Valhalla and Loki." Thank you so very much, brother. Thank you. This movie, if you don't know what's going on, I'd say the only problem with this movie is that it hits you in the face right from the beginning.
See, that just sounds tantalizing.
It does. And if you've seen it, you know what's going on. But if you haven't seen it, I can see you going, well, I've got to watch this movie again and again and again. I am going to buy this movie on 4K. I haven't bought a movie in a new movie maybe in like 2 years. I don't know. It's been a long time. I think the last, maybe a year. The last movie I bought was new on 4K was Kong versus Godzilla versus Kong, however it's pronounced.
The monster
I haven't
mash.
even watched it yet. I haven't even watched it again. It's just sitting there, and that's because I want all the Godzilla movies. Okay.
Yeah, that's a large undertaking in itself.
Yeah, you want all the Godzilla movies. Good luck getting them all on 4K. Although the new Godzilla movies are coming out in 4K this year. There's going to be releases, 4K transfers of the original series all the way through into the Legendary's take on Godzilla. So that's the last movie I bought, maybe a year ago. I don't know, whatever it was. New movie. This is big. I'm saying it now. This is big. As long as they don't fuck up the second part, I am happy right now. I'm really happy with what I saw. I'm very, very happy with this movie and what I saw. And I want to say something. This is really big. This is really, really big, guys.
Wah, wah.
They took Liet Kynes, which was a old white man, and they turned him into a black woman. And I've just got to say, it's the exact same character.
Hmm.
They didn't make a deal about it being a black woman. They didn't go, oh, well, this has got to do this, this, and this. It's the same character. When they're in the carry-all and Duke Leto tells the guys running the spice harvester, I don't care about the spice. Run! the same look, the same reaction. Like, he doesn't give a shit about the spice. He just cares about his men. They took a character and turned him into a black woman, and it is the same character we all knew. Amazing.
So, maybe a dangerous question, but why do you think they changed the character? Not the character itself, but for lack of a better term, the person that played said character. Why do you think that made a change?
From what Adega says, that change was an executive decision, not a decision by the director. Of course, they are going to want to make the movie look different than the original.
Mm-hmm.
And there are going to be people out there that say, well, if it wasn't that big of if it wasn't a change like that, then why did they change it? And that's a decision they made. But we have gone over and over and over and over these decisions again and again and again. And it's been one of those, if they don't destroy the character, if they respect the character, if they respect what the character was trying to do, if they respect the original writers, no one really gives a shit.
Mm-hmm.
As long as the character is respected.
Yeah. Yeah, just don't make a big deal about changing it or changing it just for the sake of changing it. You know what I mean? We've been down that road 8 billion times already.
And MB Geek, let's talk with the $5 super chat. America has lost a leader, war hero, icon, legend, and a man of principle. Colin Powell has passed away at the age of 84. I did not know that this morning. Thank you.
Me either.
For letting us know that. A true American hero. Thank you so very much, MB Geek. Let's talk with that $5 super chat. You guys keep the fires of Valhalla burning bright. And this one is for Colin Powell. Skol!
Long live the fighters!
So, I didn't mind that. I watched, I love what they did with Duncan. Jason Momoa as Duncan Idaho was kick-ass. The casting of this movie, I want to go over the casting real quick because that was a big thing on what I was like, I didn't know about the new kid they had playing Paul. He did an all right job. I had no problem with him. I wasn't sure about Rebecca Ferguson as Jessica. Jessica was a extremely beautiful woman in the original. She was supposed to be so beautiful that she derailed Duke Leto from marrying into another member of the royal house. So she was like so beautiful, so captivating, so elegant that the Duke had a child with her and never married into one of the other royal families. He just stayed with her. Zendaya as Chani, but that's a personal choice. I don't like her. I do not like her. I didn't like her in Spider-Man. I don't like her. I just don't like her. But it didn't derail the movie. I was just like, whatever. Oscar Isaacs as Leto. Fucking fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Jason Momoa, I already said, Duncan, Idaho. I've been a huge Momoa fan since he was on Stargate Atlantis. So I wanted to see him do something big. Getting to see him play Aquaman, getting to see him in a movie like this, I'm all for it. And my boy kicks some fucking ass in this movie.
Nice.
He beats some ass. There's a part in the movie. I'm not spoiling anything. No spoilers. I'm just saying there's some Duncan Idaho beating some ass in this movie. Stellan Skarsgård as Baron Vladimir Harkonnen. Very little screen time. I liked what I saw though. I really did. Stephen McKinley Henderson as Thufir Hawat. His scenes are they're so little that you're like, who is this guy? Who is he? But then you find out he's Thufir, and it immediately, if you know the story, you're gonna be like, okay, I know who he is. If you don't, you have no idea who the fuck he is. If you don't know this story, if you haven't read the books, if you haven't seen the original movie, you're gonna have no idea who the hell Thufir is or why he's important or what he does. They do not explain shit about the Mentats. They don't say anything about the Mentats. It's just, here's Thufir, and he's got a stripe on his lower lip, and you're like, oh, I guess that's how they did the juice of Sapu. So it's like, okay, I if you don't know him, then you have no fucking idea that's eyebrows. That's the eyebrow guy. You know, you see those angry ass eyebrows in the first movie, and you're like, it's Thufir. You have no idea who this guy is. Josh Brolin as Gurney Halleck. Yes, absolutely. Josh did great. The only thing I'm pissed off is he didn't carry a pug into battle. That's it. I just ruined the whole movie. He didn't carry a pug into battle.
You said there'd be no spoilers.
I know.
And now it's all over.
I know. I did. Javier Bardem as Stilgar. Great. Sharon Duncan Brewster as Dr. Liette Kynes. She did great. She did fine. Chen Chang as Yui, the Dr. Yui. He's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong. He barely gets any screen time. I thought he should have gotten a little more screen time, and they should have discussed more about his character, but they didn't. Whatever. Dave Bautista makes a great beast. Raban.
Kind of just playing to his strengths there for sure.
That's right.
He's
just playing to his strengths.
A big, scary dude. Man, he's deceptively large, like broad and wide.
David, I hope I say this right. Desmalchin as Peter DeVries. You don't even really know that's who he is. He gets barely any time. There's barely any information about the Mentats. So you just see this bald guy with a landing strip on his bottom lip, and you're like, is that for the Baron, or is he something else? Charlotte Rampling as the Reverend Mother Mohiam. Again, we need more screen time. I'm like at a loss.
Well, you said it's open for a part 2, right?
Oh yeah, they're gonna make a part 2. This thing takes off with a rocket on its back and doesn't stop.
Yeah,
and it does not stop.
It's amazing you mentioned so many actors and actresses that didn't get enough screen time, and I'm thinking it was, including credits, I guess it's over 2.5 hours long. So they must have a lot of story to tell if they couldn't fit everybody in, and they got a second part in the works already.
Well, the original uncut extended version is over 3 hours, and I watched that right after I watched this.
Right.
So I watched the original extended cut, which I have in the steel book. Yay! Loki actually has the old steel book
Nice.
Extended cut of this on DVD because you can't get it on Blu-ray.
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah, I'm hoping
it could happen.
The
Depending
rights are all kinds of fucked up with that
Yeah.
extended edition. So the extended edition is the extended TV edition, and basically what they did was they threw in a whole bunch of shit that was cut, threw a different director's name on it, even though it's not directed by anyone else. The studio cut the movie behind the director's back. The original director had absolutely nothing to do with that movie, and they just threw a pseudonym in there for a name. And so I watched both. I watched the 80s extended cut, and I watched this back to back. This is good. This in no way shits on the original. The content is respected as long as they don't screw up part 2. It's gold. It's gold. That's all they have to do is not screw up part 2, and it's gold. Can they stick the landing? That seems to be the problem lately.
Yeah.
Is sticking the landing.
Yeah, which is funny when you think about it, because I mean, you know, for the last how many years, the natural order of things for any big, you know, wannabe franchise was always, you know, 2 parts or a trilogy. And you got to think, if this was just a one-time deal, you know, it's like that band that gets together and they work on their first album for years, and then the second one kind of sucks. So you got to think how many minds are slow baking this idea of the first movie, and then if a second part wasn't planned, although it probably was, how fast they got to rush to get the second part out, and maybe that's where it suffers 9 times out of 10. But if they've been letting this kind of coagulate as a one piece the entire time, maybe the second part will have much better luck at sticking to the landing. So keep your fingers crossed.
Yes, keep your fingers crossed. This has always been a 2-part movie. And Pat S says, what was in the box? Was it pain? It was pain. The only thing I have to bitch about that scene is she doesn't tell Paul no woman child has ever gone that long. Because there is that scene where Paul has to put his hand in the box, and the only thing the Reverend Mother does not say is that no woman child ever lasted that long. I was kind of like, oh, that's shitty. But they're not going to say that in a 2021 movie. I know they aren't.
What's in the box?
Go 13's Anime 101 with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, brother. Says, I have the Spice Diver edition of 1984 Dune. It is damn good. Hit me up. It is super great. Long live the fighters. Long live the fighters. Go 13. Skull!
Long live the fighters!
Dean Krantz says, I was a senior in high school when the 84 Doom came out. It was great and followed the book decently. I saw that in the theater. Out of my parents, my 2 aunts, one of my aunts was married, her husband, and my 2 cousins, I was the only one that liked the movie, and I was like 5 then. So I remember going to the movies though in Pasadena, Texas, and seeing that and being the only one that was like, I liked it. And Psychodorf 9 with the $2 super chat. As long as they don't bait and switch again, exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. As long as they don't pull a fucking a dumbass maneuver and restick the landing, because there was a couple of little, I guess, future visions that he saw that I was like, they better not pull some shit like that. I'm hoping they don't, though. I really am. I'm hoping that the blood on the hand is the Fata Keen, the blood guard that he's going to get. He sees some visions about someone with red blood on their hand. I'm hoping that that is not something stupid. Like they have Zadinia fucking kill him or some stupid shit like that, and they screw up the end.
No, that's just my stigmata. Don't worry about that.
So,
well, that was a mouthful. So yeah, sounds like, because I will check it out. It's just 2.5 hours. You know, my days are always go mode. So I will try to find some time to let all that one sink in. And it sounds like a good time. And for all the diehards out there, keep your fingers crossed for the second part. Let's hope they don't fuck it up. But Loki said
That's
he
right.
liked it, so that's a good sign right there.
Yeah, it was good. I was surprised. There's been a lot of talk about this movie. There's a lot of talk about Zdenya taking over and being the Kwisatz Haderach, the true Kwisatz Haderach. That Paul was never the Kwisatz Haderach. That Zdenya was going to take over and be the true Kwisatz Haderach. We'll just have to wait and see. So far, though, I will watch this movie again and again. As long as they don't screw up the second part. I'm going to watch this movie a couple times. I can't wait to get it on 4K. I want it on 4K so I can watch it on 4K. It is a very auditory experience.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how else to put it. The sound is awesome. Hans Zimmer with the score, fucking amazing.
Yeah, you can rarely ever do wrong with him at the helm composing your shit.
No, fucking amazing score from Hans Zimmer. Absolutely, positively amazing music in this movie. The way they did the score, the visual effects are awesome. I loved seeing the Atreides. It's almost like a dragonfly. It's a little dragonfly craft. It's basically like their fighter craft, but it's a dragonfly. Really neat stuff. You want to talk about desert power? They have some really cool stuff in this movie. I really enjoyed it. And that, to say something about that in 2021, that's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, you know how rare that is. So take that for what it's worth right now.
Yep.
Damn. Well, that's good to know. Very good to know. And it's a good promising sign for anything that you may be worried about in the future.
Yeah, the ornithopter. Yes. The ornithopter.
Get to the ornithopter.
Get to the ornithopter. Hurry now. Give me the war gun.
Speaking of hope for the future, y'all see the new Batman trailer that dropped the other day?
I haven't yet. And Adega Outlaw, going to hang out with my son. Have a great day, Bahala. Adega, you have a great one, brother. Thank you so much for being here, brother.
Hail, sir. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm still kind of 50-50 on that. Because I'm still unclean with the tainted vision of, the disco ball vampire glowing in the sunlight. And it's like when Hayden Christensen dressed up in the Vader suit, you can still tell it's him, because I saw Edward in the bat suit, and I'm thinking, man, I could beat the shit out of this guy.
Oh, dude, when he has his pansy attack in that original, that original clip. There's an original clip where he's like, he looks like a fucking water boy, reeing as he's hitting something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, but that I'm having a tantrum hitting this guy, Batman. I'm sorry, that doesn't work. He doesn't strike me. And Arwen brought up a good point too. Pattinson might look okay in the bat suit, but don't like him for Wayne. Because I could see he basically just look like a young adult wearing a suit. I mean, he doesn't look like for lack of a better term, a masculine, weathered, experienced Bruce Wayne. He looks like a kid. And I don't know the whole story about what they're doing with this plot or anything like that, but one glimpse at that bat suit, and I'm thinking, I don't know. Do you sparkle, Batman? You will.
Yeah, we'll find out. The Batmobile quote kind of looked cool for what it was.
It looks like a Ford FF.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. The Ford. Yes.
Yeah. Just, oh God, please don't make the bat suit sparkle. That's all I ask. Because I don't really have high hopes for it right now, as is. But that's just me.
They went off on what's his name when he became Batman in '89?
Yeah, Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton.
It was the same.
They said it's never going to work. Will it work? I'm okay. As long as Batman is losing control and reeing, no, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is gonna have to be different. You need to cut this shit out. They need to cut this. He's lost control and he's having an aneurysm and hitting someone, and actually have him be in control. I'm sorry. He is a detective. He is the knight.
Yeah.
And them saying, oh, well, this is your true Batman. Well, then he'd have his shit together, wouldn't he? He'd have his shit together and he'd be being the Batman. He wouldn't be reading and my daddy died and hitting someone.
Yeah.
And having a fit. Batman doesn't have a fit. Batman doesn't have fits and starts crying while he's beating the crap out of somebody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, he may have a temper, he may get angry, but he's not reeing all over the place. Fusro da, my daddy and mommy. Oh.
He doesn't tuck himself in the mirror and say it rubs the lotion on his skin or it gets the hose again.
Put a fucking lotion in the basket.
Put the lotion in the basket.
Yeah, we don't need to go down there. But yeah, I don't know. I'm 50-50. I don't have high hopes. But I mean, Batman is one of those weird franchises that's always been marred with controversy since day one. The campiness in the 60s, Michael Keaton being cast in 89. I mean, people were rioting about that. And then when Heath Ledger got cast as Joker in The Dark Knight back in 2008, I can't believe it's been that long already. But I mean, it's always followed the franchise around. So I'm kind of used to it as a lifelong fan. But especially this day and age and the cultural climate we live in, I get worried a hell of a lot easier.
Purple Valkyrie, he's too emotional. I don't care if they say he doesn't have a moral compass yet. No. By the time he becomes Batman, he has it. He doesn't have this yet, so he can do whatever we want, and we can break whatever rules. You know what? If fuck off. No, it doesn't work like that. I completely agree with you, Purple Valkyrie. Psychodorp 9 with $2 super chat. Batman surprised Darkseid. Yes, he did.
Mark the infinitely tired. Did. No bat nipples, not Batman. Mark, get the hell out of here. What are you doing?
Bat nipples.
Yeah, well, okay, let's say there's no bat nipples, but we flash you plenty of bat ass. Badass. Would you consider that a success? Would you be okay with that?
Dean Grants with the $5 super chat. As a lifelong comic book fan and sci-fi fantasy fan, I have no hope for the next Batman movie. The writers know nothing of Batman. That's a problem.
Mm-hmm. Long live the writers!
Oh no.
Kill them all. Just kill them all. They'll be the next ones to go up into space. Send them to the fucking sun. Just be done with it.
And thank you, Dean Grants, for that $5 super chat. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla, and we're going to hit you with a little vengeance, Dean. Skull!
And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brother.
That's right. No faith in Hollywood. Absolutely, positively correct. No faith in Hollywood.
But you know what does give me faith, now that you've given me that nice little segue, if you'd like to get into it.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, nice one more, Monkey. Emotional Batman is not Batman. He's the one that keeps his cool and doesn't lose control, not freak out and go on an emotional rampage.
Yeah, ream all over the place.
Yeah. Now, he may get pissed off and enjoy punching a criminal in the face several times to the point where it becomes brutality, but he's not losing control. He's fully aware of what he's doing.
Good morning, Jedi Bill. Congratulations recently on your achievement on YouTube. Congratulations, brother. Keep it going. Jedi Bill has been kicking ass and taking names on his channel and all those buckets of blood theater. Congratulations, brother.
Yeehaw.
Colin Farrell looks like the Arkham Batman version of Penguin. He does.
Yeah, kind of odd when you think about it, but it's true. It's true.
This Batman is a child. I mean, come on. Yeah, he is. He acts like a child.
He is. He looks like a 5-foot dude dressing up for Halloween. So what a perfect time that is. Oh, man, I could probably make a better one from scratch. But hey, that's just me. I'm a little weary. So if you'd like, because I know some of you out there have been waiting for this, let's talk something dreadful, shall we?
Oh, by all means.
Well,
hit us with it.
So, Metroid Dread. Oh, what can I say? Considering we've been teased about this since 2005. I think rumors first started popping up in 2003. So it's been a long time. So, real quick, the Switch OLED model. If any of you out there are interested in getting a Switch, if you don't have one or you're looking to upgrade, the OLED screen, it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. And if you don't have a Switch yet and you don't mind the slightly higher price point, maybe now is a good time to go pick one up. It's not going to make a difference at all when you play it on your TV. The resolution is exactly the same. But playing that beauty in handheld, everything pops so much nicer, including Metroid Dread. And god damn, what a job they did with that one. I would say
before you move on to that,
Mm.
before you move on to that, I want to show something off. I thought about getting a Switch. I really considered it. And I was looking around, and then I got this thing in my feed. And give me just 1 second. Not gonna let me pull it up there. That's weird. Okay, hold on. I'll pull it up.
This is what happens when we do it live.
Yes, this is what happens.
It's becoming a thing. It's going to become a meme. Well, it probably is. We're taking it back.
Okay, so this is what I'm looking at instead.
The Steam Deck, yeah. I have. Yeah. And it does look absolutely gorgeous. I think if this thing is actually playing as well as people expect it to, this could really give Switch a run for its money. But that's always been the nature of competition in the gaming industry, right? Someone just comes out with something, then someone else comes out with something else. And, competition can be very healthy.
And this is why, though. This is why. If I got a Switch, I am starting from scratch. I'm going to have to buy games. I'm going to have to buy old Nintendo games. I have got around 800 games on Steam.
Yeah, that's an expansive library.
If you have a huge library of games on Steam, this is a no-brainer.
Yeah, absolutely.
I did go for the best version you could get, which comes with a laser edged case and yada yada, all kinds of bullshit, extra memory. But you can take an SD card, pop that in there, and expand your memory with the SD card.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how fast games are going to run, but I know that once I get this, I'm going to put games that need to run super fast on the expanded hard drive, and then I'm going to take the SD card and run Final Fantasy games and shit like that off the SD card.
Yeah, and it does look really nice. It looks decently comfortable. I'll give it that. I mean, it looks to be quite form fitting. I think the weirdest thing would be people that have a lot of games on Steam and they play just strictly keyboard and mouse. Do you think they'd find that a little bit interesting? Or awkward?
There is a trackpad underneath the thumbsticks. There are trackpads.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that's gonna. I don't know. From what I understand, it's supposed to be almost flawless. If you're used to running on a trackpad,
yeah,
it's fine. I don't know how that'll work. I don't know. I play most of my games. I play with a controller. There are a few games I play with the mouse and keyboard.
Yeah,
but
yeah, because when
it's an alternate option.
Oh yeah,
I know
absolutely.
a lot of people want me to go play, the Mario games and all that shit with the gang, and maybe one day I'll do that. But I am waiting on this. I want this first. This is going to be my main mobile arcade because I've got so much stuff on Steam. It's just there's no other option when it comes to games for me anyway. Than the Steam Deck.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
It reminds people have been reminded a lot about the Switch. This is Valve's response to the Switch because handheld gaming right now is completely dominated by Nintendo.
Yeah,
it is,
and it has been for ages. So I mean, if this gives them a nudge to say, "All right, Steam's coming out with a killer here. We got to up our game again." It's healthy competition.
That's
absolutely.
Right. and Sony was in it with the PSP. They're not in the mobile gaming anymore. Xbox has never done mobile gaming. I'm going to be very interested. From what I understand, according to Phil Spencer, over at Xbox at Microsoft, you can play the entire Xbox One library off of Xbox from this handheld. You can play everything that library. If you have the Game Pass Ultimate and you want to download a game and play, you can play everything on that library on this thing.
Yeah, that's killer.
That's killer. That's fucking amazing. All you have to do is download the Xbox app, and off of this Steam Deck, you can play everything for Xbox.
Yeah,
I'm very curious to see what it's going to be like if you can log in to PSN now, to the PSN network, and play their streaming games off of this handheld. Plus, you can dock this to a TV just like the Switch.
Yeah. Now, my question is, how much do you think this thing is going to run at?
Oh, you're talking money wise?
Price wise, yeah.
I paid 500 something for the ultimate version.
See, that's pretty
We'll scroll
cheap.
down here.
Oh, they already got pricing for it.
No, never mind. $649 for the 512 gigabyte SSD, fastest storage, premium anti-glare edge case, exclusive carrying case, Steam community profile bundle. All that's bullshit. The virtual shit. These two are all bullshit. The anti-glare edge case, the faster storage is what you want. The almost 1 terabyte storage. I want my best games on this 512 gigabyte, and I'll put all my other shit on the SD card. So,
yeah, problem solved.
Problem solved.
It does look amazing. It looks amazing. So for those out there that got a vast Steam library looking for the alternative, if and when these ever become readily available.
Yeah, mine's going to be middle of next year. Yeah. I'm waiting. I'm on a list. I'm on a waiting list. Mine's going to be middle of next year. So
yeah, but
I was hoping that would be Christmas this year, but that's not going to happen.
Well, maybe next year. Yeah, but hopefully it's worth the wait because it does.
And reservations are only $5.
Yeah, see, that's not bad. That's probably why they're going to go so fast, and no one's going to be able to get their hands on one for God knows how long.
Yeah, and from what I understand, the Epic Store, the Origin Store, all the stuff where you can buy games and play games work on this thing. It's not just Steam.
Yeah.
So if you have an EA collection that's tied to your Steam account,
who has EA games today?
Right?
Yeah.
But if that's the truth, and apparently it is, because even Phil Spencer said, yeah, I was playing the Xbox games on it. That means that emulators should have absolutely no problem working on this thing.
Absolutely.
So you've got your Nintendo library, your PS1 library, anything you run off of emulation, you're going to be able to run on this thing. That is a huge difference between that and the Switch. Because if you want to do something like that with the Switch, you've got to jailbreak it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and that's that's not something I would recommend unless you really know what you're doing and you don't mind possibly compromising all your modular integrity there. Yeah.
So I jailbroke a phone once, and I was like nervous as shit because it was a new iPhone, and I was like, yeah, and that was a phone. I'm not even talking about something like a Switch.
No, I wouldn't dare. I just want to play shit too legit to quit. And that's how I want to keep it. Steam Deck looks killer. Absolutely. If they weren't so hard to come by, I would look into it myself, but I got to stick with what I got, which right now is Metroid Dread. And by God,
how is Metroid Dread?
Man, you know what's funny? I was simultaneously, I'm only several hours in, but my God, does it have his teeth sunk into me because Samus controls so well. It is so fluid. And
it's been a long time since I went on an adventure with Samus. I mean, that was like back in the Super Nintendo days.
Yeah, and I just no shit, just finished my first ever 100% completion run of Super Metroid this morning. at around the 3-hour mark, not the greatest. So I've been kind of doing that simultaneously, and my God, she just feels so good. I know that sounds horrible, but she controls so well. The combat is amazing. The boss fights, I've only been in a couple, but the boss fights, oh man, they make you grit your teeth. They got the white knuckled moments, and what everybody's saying, yeah, guys, it's true. This game is hard. It's harkening back to the old school, kicking your ass and learning how to be a better gamer for it. The ones that are just bad as this is bad game design. There's memes about it already. No, you just got to get better. And those Emmy robots, there's only a handful in the game, folks. But when they chase you, they do not fucking give up. You need to be sneaky as shit. You need to be quick on your fingers to get the hell away from them. But all spoilers aside, when those rare moments come, when you can take one out, you feel like King Kong on cocaine. But yeah, you absolutely do. It is hard. It doesn't hold your hand. The map is huge. And playing on the OLED screen, it looks gorgeous. It looks gorgeous on TV. It's hard. I don't want to say it's impossible. This is not Super Metroid Impossible. But it's so very well done. It was well worth the wait. And the sales numbers are already starting to prove that it deserves a lot of love, because it's already sold almost 100,000 physical units in Japan alone. It's already at the top of UK's biggest selling games list this year so far. And that doesn't even include digital sales. So I think Metroid, God willing, is finally getting some much needed love and support from the fan base that has been waiting on this particular game since 2005, which got stopped and started 2 or 3 times because it just never had the technology to do what they wanted to do with it. But so far it has been well worth the wait. And
but Zero, are you saying we have to play something hard? Oh, no.
Yeah.
Get good? No.
Yeah, you gotta get good. I'm so sorry if that's how you feel. Hey, you know what? It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. And I will say this. It controls so well, it doesn't feel as hard as it probably should be. But when you die, when you game over, and believe me, I have game overed multiple times already, just to the Emmy robots alone, because if they catch you, you get a fraction of a second, 1 or 2 moments that are completely random to counter these things. And I have game overed on these things so many times. I think I've only stunned them twice in my entire playthrough so far. Yeah, you just got to get good. And playing this, the funny thing is, playing this alongside Super Metroid, which is just highly regarded as the best, I felt, given that the game is now, over 30 years old, I felt Super Metroid, I still love it, but my God, did it feel clunky sometimes. And I found myself getting lost a hell of a lot easier in that game, of course, not having played it in so many years. But the expansive map of Metroid Dread, you can look at that. You can make your own map markers. You can figure out where you want to go. You go pick up a power up. Okay, I'll mark this on the map. I'll go over there. Nope, nothing over there. Okay, I'll go over here. It doesn't hold your hand, but I find it's a bit more forgiving than games we used to have in the past, but that doesn't make it any less difficult in the parts that are supposed to be challenging. And that's the key word there. It's challenging. It's not impossible. It's challenging. It's supposed to make you wiser. You need to wise up to the situation. You need to get better. You need to learn. Yes, it's hard. You just gotta get good. Fucker. Right. Out. Just get good. But yeah, for those of you that don't have a Switch, OLED is there's nothing wrong with the original. I still have my original. But if you don't have one and you're waiting on a time to get one, this might be a good way to go. For you Metroid fans out there like myself, yes, this is definitely worth it. If you're on the fence about it, just go out and get it and enjoy it like I have, because
What if you already have a Switch? Mm-hmm. What if you already have a Switch? Should you go and get the OLED and trade in your old Switch for it?
Well, you don't have to trade it in, but if you are completely happy playing on your original Switch, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I got the upgrade. It's not even really an upgrade. It's just a better screen. Like all bones, but with a few cosmetic enhancements in the hardware quality of life improvements. But there really is no difference aside from the big, screen that's on there. The screen's not even that big. It makes all the difference when you play in handheld. But if you're perfectly happy playing with your OG Switch, by all means, go ahead and keep it if you don't feel like getting another one. That is perfectly fine. I will still use my old Switch for whatever, who knows. But I'm just currently enjoying the new model. So I think, because like I said, it's not going to make a difference resolution-wise between the old Switch and the OLED Switch if you're playing on your TV. It's the exact same. The biggest difference is that nice, beautiful, bright screen in handheld mode. That is the biggest upgrade. So if you are currently happy with your old Switch, by all means, keep it if you don't want to spend the money to get another one. If you don't have one and can afford the extra bells and whistles, go out and get an OLED. And if you're a Metroid fan, go out and get Metroid Dread. Just go do it. Don't even think about it. Just go do it. And prepare to get your ass handed to you and enjoy it.
Project Storytime brings up, and this is so true because I did this the other day too. Games are so much easier now. I recently played Golden Axe, a game I beat multiple times as a kid, and it was kicking my ass. Save points have spoiled me. I did that with a, was it Knights of the Round?
Oh, yeah. The beat 'em ups.
The beat 'em ups.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I was going through that.
Yeah. Knights of the Round, that was Capcom. And them and Konami
Yes.
and all those companies, they were infamous for making all their games hard as shit. NES hard. But yeah.
NES hard.
Yeah, absolutely. I was the same way. Dude, when I say I completed 100% Super Metroid this morning, dude, that was my third or fourth attempt at that. I had to start that file over again about 3 or 4 times because no shit, I kept getting lost. And I kept telling myself, what is going on here? I used to be good at this, until it finally dawned on me about where I was supposed to go and things like that. But yeah, if you want to switch, go get an OLED. If you're happy with your current one, no problem there. But if you are a Metroid fan, God help you, just go get Dread. Go get Dread right now. Don't even think about it because it has been well worth it.
Don't think twice about it. Just go buy it.
Just go do it.
If I get a Switch, which I don't know with that, and that's why I brought up the Steam Deck.
Oh yeah.
Loki, why don't you have a Switch? Oh, I'm waiting for the Steam Deck.
Yeah. Well, let me just. I'm sorry, I forgot to throw this out there earlier. The Steam Deck is going to be a great alternative. The reason I have a Switch is so I can play Nintendo games, because that's the only way you're going to play them. Like if I want to play a Mario game, that's the only way I'm going to do it.
Yeah, unless you have something cracked.
Yeah, and and they do make a lot of great things. Like someone pointed out, Mario Kart on Switch is awesome, and it absolutely is. It is an absolute blast. But of course, you all know us. We're gamers. We play all sorts of stuff. Absolutely. So if and when the Steam Deck becomes readily available, hell yeah, I'm gonna look into it. I'd be crazy not to.
I was kicking the shit out of that the other day, Daryl.
Oh yeah, there's another one.
Link to the Past. That's right.
Yeah. Okay, Link, you can put that down now.
That's right. Put it down now. Put the
Metroid,
pot down,
yeah.
Link.
Metroid Dread, absolutely phenomenal so far, and I'm not even finished it. I can say that right now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's great when you get a hold of a game and it does that to you. Mm-hmm. It's absolutely positively great when you get a hold of a game and it does that to you. I'm about halfway through Mass Spec Legendary Edition, and I'm thoroughly loving it. It's got some personal modded enhancements that I'm absolutely loving.
Bringing the ass back.
Bringing the ass back.
Why not?
So you bring the ass back and you get some extra armor and some cool weapons, and you're like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. This is what I remember loving about this shit. Hell yeah.
That's right. And you keep on that roll and you keep playing and you keep gaming. So absolutely.
DJ Ronnie G with a good point down there. Nerdporial does have a current playthrough of Metroid Dread. If any of you need help with that, he would be a good source to go to, because walkthroughs are a thing now. Back when, if you were stuck, you had to get the power, Nintendo Power, or charge your parents' credit card bill up the ass and call the Nintendo hotline and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Those fucking jugglers. Project Storytime. Some people even that they don't even play anymore. Some people don't even play anymore. I know I've got a nephew that's like, all I do is watch. He watches the fucking, he watches the walkthroughs. DJ, if you're out there, what's up, little guy? And you're not so little anymore. Going to be a daddy soon, but he watches the walkthroughs. He doesn't even like to play. He just likes to watch the walkthrough. I was like, Dad, how do you do that? And he just watch. Well, I just watch it. I like watching it. It's relaxing.
It's like, well, no, I don't have to play it because I've just seen it. You know, I can kind of relate. I've seen that before, but which is why I'm not watching any Dread Rock walkthroughs right now. Sorry, Nerdporial, but I need to experience this for myself because we've been waiting a long time. But when it's all said and done, yes, I will check out the walkthroughs for sure, just to see what other people think.
Purple Valkyrie says, I missed game strategy guidebooks. I just bought the collector's edition hardback of Mass Effect 2.
Oh, yeah.
Strategy guide. So that is my whole collection. I've got the hardback of 3, I've got the hardback of 2, and I have the collector's edition of 1. So
I love the guides. Purple and I can get into that when we do our next romp, whenever that is. Yeah. Oh man, the guides were so good back in the day, especially the official ones. Because man, sometimes there were games out there where you're just a rat in a maze.
That's right. Absolutely. So at the top of the hour, we've got Purple Valkyrie coming. She is going to be doing her show at 10 a.m. this morning. So in 1 hour, not 10 a.m. to her, but yeah, to us over in Central Territory. We have got a members stream tonight at 5 p.m. And of course, Purple Valkyrie is going to be continuing the Band of Brothers stream later tonight. So she will be doing that. I've got a member stream at 5. And of course, she's got her morning stream coming up in less than an hour, 57 minutes now. I want to thank Josh for being here this morning. Thank you so very much, brother, for hanging out with us, for telling about that. I haven't talked Metroid or Nintendo in forever.
Yeah, nobody has. So yeah, if you guys want, just go out, get it, give it some support, because goddamn, it deserves it, man. But yeah, thank you, Loki, for having me again for another fantastic Monday morning. Thank you to all of you out in the chat. You guys are rock. Keep on rolling. You guys are rock. You guys rock. Keep rolling. We're doing it live. Thank you so much.
Borg says, now I want to watch that movie, The Wizard, with Fred Savage.
It's on Netflix. Go check it out. California. No one gave a shit about the movie. They just wanted to see the games.
That's right. Why not a secret game? Super Mario Brothers 3.
Oh, what an entrance that thing made.
Everybody went nuts, and everybody learned how to do the secret. Find the flute in the first level.
Yeah. Thank God we had that insider's deal there.
He found the warp flute. Everybody take care. Have a great one. Be excellent to each other, and always speak friend to enter. Later, everybody.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.